Round 6 of the 2019 Formula 1 season takes us to the south of France, the jewel in the crown, the Principality of Monte Carlo. The Monaco Grand Prix is upon us. Now, before I jump into this preview, I just want to share my thoughts and obviously hear both of us from the F1 Debate Show. Our thoughts and prayers and condolences go to the family of Niki Lauda, who sadly passed away on Monday at the age of 70. Niki was a massive influence to everyone in the Formula 1 paddock. You know, he brought a very good presence with them. He did so much with the sport. When he retired from driving, he won 3 world championships. When he walked away from the sport, he continued to work within the sport as a presenter, as a team principal, and most recently, and probably his more well-known role, ambassador at Mercedes, AMG Petronas. Came in at the team in 2013, convinced them to sign Lewis Hamilton at the same time. What a dream team they have built. Niki has certainly set the foundation for what Mercedes are today. He will be missed. Rest in peace, Niki Lauda. Our thoughts are with your friends and your family at this time. So, on to the predictions for the Monaco Grand Prix. Well, actually, before I start, I just want to say that apologies for the dodgy voice, if you like. I do have a bit of a cold. I've been suffering for a couple of days now. I was debating whether to do the preview or not because I'm still not 100%. You know, I'm still quite achy. I'm still quite cold, quite snuffly, but I just thought, hey, let's just get on with it. You know, it is a Monaco Grand Prix. We want to keep these previews going, don't we, guys? You guys want to see, well, both of us, but obviously one of us can't be here. You want to see me on screen, of course you do. No, I'm only kidding. So yes, I do apologise if I do sound a bit dodgy or if the sound quality sounds a bit dodgy. It is my voice. Hopefully I will be better as the weekend goes on. So round 6, like I said, Mercedes have taken 5 1-2s in a row. Complete domination of the sport. The lead Ferrari by a country's worth. Honestly, it's just so big, the advantage, that everyone is saying that the championship is more or less over. And I was saying that in the Spanish Grand Prix review. It is done. Let's face it, it is done. Ferrari are going to need an absolute miracle to be able to get back from where they are at this present time. But the Monaco Grand Prix can throw in a couple of decent surprises. You know, it is very tight. It's very narrow. It is very difficult to overtake. So strategy is going to be absolutely key this weekend. Predicted one stop. As they were saying, a lot of teams are bringing the soft tyres coming in. The Red Bull soft tyres. I think it's a C5s. I think they're bringing in for this weekend. So the softest compound available for the probably one of the shortest laps in Formula 1. So I'm going to predict my top 3, and if you guys want to as well, then please leave your predictions in the comment section below. Your top 3, your top 5, your top 10, or if you want to go the full shebang, go for your top 20, and if you get it all right, then you get a pat on the back. So in third place, I'm going to go, well, I think this weekend will mark the end of the Mercedes dominance. I really do. I was hoping that the past 2 rounds and it hasn't happened, but I am really convinced this weekend. So in third place, I'm going to go with Valtteri Bottas. Bottas hasn't had a good run in Monaco. However, he is doing so good this season. I think he's got 2 wins so far this season. He's level pegging with Lewis Hamilton. He's doing very well. I say level pegging, he's just a bit behind Lewis Hamilton. But to be able to keep up with him, it's just like he's in dreamland at the moment. There was a lot of pressure on him at the beginning of the season, especially last season when he had a winless year. And everyone thought, was Bottas really up for the job to be able to fight Lewis Hamilton? Is he the driver that we all thought he once was? You know, is this Bottas gone or whatever? Is this Finnish reputation of being Finnish drivers being fast? Is that gone now? But it's all come back, hasn't it? It's all come back guns blazing. So Bottas, you know, he's been doing absolutely spot on. Or bot on, if you want to call it that. I know, funny. I'm full of jokes when I'm full of cold, but they're not necessarily good. So just ignore them. So I think Valtteri Bottas is going to come in at P3. In P2, now I don't know. Now this is a tricky one because there's 2 drivers who I believe will be on the podium definitely. Well, I say definitely. One of them will be probably, and one of them has a really good chance, and that is Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. Who do I think will win the race? I think let's go with Lewis Hamilton P2. Let's gamble on this. Let's say Hamilton P2, Max Verstappen P1. Verstappen, he hasn't got exactly the best reputation when it comes to Monaco. He's crashed a couple of times. I think he crashed in practice last year, I believe, which cost him a decent starting position. Excuse me. His teammate Ricciardo dominated that weekend, pole position, race win. He had to fight for that race win. Let's not forget when he battled the Ferraris about, I think it was about, what, 50, 51 laps, roughly about that. So, you know, he did brilliantly that, you know, that weekend. Verstappen could have got a much better result. He did want to come through the field to score points. However, he could have done much, much more. So Verstappen will know this, that he has got the car to be able to compete in Monaco, because it's not all about power, it's all about the chassis. The Red Bull chassis, it isn't really at its best, so you could say that, alright, maybe Red Bull don't have as good of a chance as they did last year, but I would certainly put them on the cards to be able to challenge Mercedes for the race win. Ferrari certainly don't stand a chance, unless, as I always say, absolute carnage happens up ahead. So for me, Ferrari, I would say I would just rule them out completely. So I would say Verstappen P1, Lewis Hamilton P2. Hamilton's only won here twice. I think he won in 2008, which was McLaren's last win in Monaco, I believe, and then he won again in 2016 when it was like redemption for him, because, you know, in 2015 he lost the Grand Prix by the virtual safety car, if you remember that. And then Ricciardo won last year for redemption, so you could just say that this is Verstappen's year for redemption for 2 years when he was just crashing all the time in Monte Carlo, and then everyone was like, oh, is Verstappen really that good of a driver around Monaco? You know, when that track really separates the men from the boys, if you know what I mean. So I think definitely Max Verstappen does have a good chance of scoring some decent points at Monte Carlo. Certainly has to put his foot in the door for the race win. That's my top three. I'm going with Valtteri Bottas, Lewis Hamilton, and Max Verstappen. I was about to say Pierre Gasly there. Max Verstappen. That is my top three. So, as like I said, leave us your predictions in the comment section below. So, as you've probably gathered by now, Lyle can't be with us for the preview for this Grand Prix. He's not going to be here for the review, and he's not going to be here for the F1 debate show. Again, this will be the last week without Lyle, so once this weekend's over with, it will be back to us two, like how it normally is, like how it should be. It's been a privilege to be able to do this on my own, but it's certainly not the same. You definitely need two people to be able to, you know, probably to be able to do this and what we actually do as well. So I do like it how it is the two of us that do it. So Lal, but however, he did send us a message from where he is, and Lal says in third place. This is his predictions, by the way. In third place, Valtteri Bottas. Great weekend by the Finn in Spain, especially in quali. Monaco hasn't been a track to suit Bottas in the past, but this year with the strong Mercedes car, I think he will have a good race. Second place, Charles Leclerc, a strong drive in Spain, both me and Jordan's driver of the day. Did well to hold 7th bay, especially after the safety car restart. From Monaco, he should know the streets better than anyone. Realistically, yes, that is actually true because he is from Monaco. He's Monegascan. I think that's how they pronounce it, or that's what they're called anyway. Ferrari are in the last chance saloon in the constructors' fight. Charles sits well in the World Drivers' Championship. A strong 15 will help this weekend. First place. He's going for a Ferrari 1-2. He's going with Sebastian Vettel. This is the last in capital letters, so you know it's serious. This is the last chance for Sebastian Vettel in the championship fight against Mercedes. As you were saying in the debate show on Saturday, Mercedes are entering their 6th season of domination. And with their best start to a season ever, 5-1-2s, both Ferrari and Sebastian are quickly losing their chance. I expected more from the German in Spain, ex-winner. Monaco has been kind of to the Weltmeister in the past. Let's hope it can help them this weekend. I have a good feeling about Seb this weekend. I'm going to say fastest lap also gaining 26 points, so Ferrari taking maximum points from Lyle's predictions. Monaco is a track that has more reliance on driver skill more than car performance. When it can depend on how good a driver is alone, Michael Schumacher pole position in 2012, Daniel Ricciardo in 2018 win, over Seb with Red Bull engine problems, if you remember that from last year, as I just mentioned. He goes up to say Lewis Hamilton in 4th place. Quite controversial that. He says, nothing to go wrong, just think that other drivers will be stronger. Max Verstappen in 5th place. Monaco has not been nice for the Dutchman, who crashed in 2015-2016. crashed last year as well. Oh yes, that massive shunt coming into Xander Vogt back in 2015 when he crashed with, was it Maldonado he crashed with, or was it Grosjean? I can't remember. Comment section below if you know that one. Team mentions Racing Point, both drivers in top 10. Remember Checo with his podium in here in 2016. Yes, absolutely brilliant. Haas, strong race in Spain, need to claw back some decent results. Renault, really disappointing start from the French team. Daniel Ricciardo needs a good finish. He has a long history in Monaco. Safety car, obviously, yes, there is going to be some safety cars. If there isn't a safety car, then 2019 is officially the most boringest season ever. Premonition race rating 8.5 out of 10. So thank you very much for Al for sending his predictions in. So he's saying that the Haas guys are going to do well this weekend. Me personally, I think one of them will. I think one of them won't. I think, as I said, Monaco. I think the chassis on the Haas it's good, but the Haas car doesn't seem to be as good as what everyone thought it was going to be. Like Haas had a really strong 2018. I forgot what year we were in for a split second, but yes, they had a good year in 2018. They finished 5th ahead of McLaren last season, so solid results for them anyway. K-Mag has been having a very good solid season so far, outscoring his teammate Romain Grosjean. He needs to have some good results. Will they have it this weekend? I think K-Mag will score some points. Romain Grosjean, I'm not too sure on that one, but anything can happen in Monaco. So drivers that I want to mention just quickly. One being Kimi Räikkönen. This weekend marks his 300th Grand Prix. And in his interview that he did in Monaco, pre-race, or pre-Grand Prix weekend rather, he says that he doesn't want anything fancy for his 300th Grand Prix. He's been telling Alfa Romeo that he doesn't want anything. He wants nothing to do with any celebrations, any faffing on. But he's saying that he's trying, but it's not working. So it could be quite cringy when it comes to the celebrations for his 300th Grand Prix on Sunday. Very disappointing showing from in Spain. The Alfa Romeo car wasn't really there all weekend. Giovinazzi, well, it has been there all season. But now that obviously, Kimi Räikkönen scored in every single round apart from the Spanish Grand Prix. The car wasn't really there, as like I said. I'm hoping for a stronger weekend this weekend. They might score some points. Kimi Räikkönen more than anyone, in my opinion. He's only won here once. He won here back in 2005. So all right. Yeah, of course, he has experience around this track. He's in a car that is pretty decent, but not as good as what he's had in the past, but he can call out some decent results in that car. But one driver I want to highlight more than anyone, and I'm going to put him as my one to watch, it's Pierre Gasly. Now, Gasly has had a rather tough start to 2019. 2018 was a very good year for him, his first full year at Toro Rosso. A lot of potential in the young Frenchman. GP2 champion in 2016. Just missed out on the Super Formula Championship in 2017. And has the potential to become world champion in Formula 1 if he has the right package. He didn't start the season well, but his two results out of 3 races in China and in Spain, and obviously in Azerbaijan he got out of retirement. He's finished in 6th place, which is a season best, which isn't too bad. The last of the best of the rest, which is roughly where you probably expect Pierre Gasly and Red Bull to be. But I'm going to predict that you finish in 4th. Now, I'm predicting a good weekend for Red Bull. Not domination weekend like they did last year, but I do believe that they do have a good chance of having, as I said, a good haul of points if my predictions come out right. 1st place for Verstappen, 4th place with Pierre Gasly. If something goes wrong on ahead, whether that's his teammate crashing out or maybe the Mercedes get strategy wrong, I know controversial, but anything could happen. It has happened before. Look at 2015, what happened with the virtual safety car, and then what happened with Daniel Ricciardo when no one had the tyres ready. Madness, if you like. That could easily happen. Obviously, they're all human after all. So anything can happen up ahead, and if Gasly is there and keeps it on the track, he could certainly get it in amongst the podium finishes, and that would be a very solid weekend for Red Bull if they can get both cars on the podium. That is probably very ambitious. One of the cars should be on the podium. 90% chance of it being Max, 10% of it being Pierre Gasly. But Gasly, he has shown some good promise, and I think that as the season progresses, like I have been predicting, Gasly will eventually get those results that he does need for him to be able to stay on the Red Bull for a little bit longer. Rumours that Verstappen's looking beyond Red Bull, understandable, but he will be focused on race by race, as he will say, as the season progresses. He'll just go like, I'm just focusing on the next race. I'm focused on the next race up until his future is officially confirmed. My boys McLaren, hopefully that we get some good results. Has been good to us. Actually, I lie. It has been good. Has been good to us in Monaco in the past. We scored our first points here in 2015. Button came back for a race in 2017. That was quite good. Alonso had a decent result. Yes, that's right. Alonso had a decent result in 2018. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up between 2017 and 2018. I thought he wasn't there last year. He was. Apologies, because again, I'm just so bunged up. I'm just all over the place in terms of knowledge at the moment. I'm trying my best. So bear with us. And obviously, I haven't got loud the bloody foot to carry us. So, anyway. So yes, I'm predicting a good weekend from McLaren. Hopefully, we get both our cars in the points. Williams so far this season have finished plumb last out of the race that they finished. But if you look at the results, Renault have had 5 retirements out of 6, and 4 retirements out of 5. And so yes, 5 retirements if you include the double retirement in Bahrain. Yes, 5 retirements so far this season. Williams have had none, so that's promising. So they've got a really slow car, but it's a very reliable car. So progress if you like. Williams will be looking to have a good result this weekend. Trying to score some points if they want. If there is a Grand Prix where they could score points, it is this one. I can't see them scoring anywhere unless they have major upgrades on the car. But Williams will certainly be one to watch. George Russell certainly more than Roman Kubica. But who knows? Roman Kubica finished on the podium here. Was it 2010? I think he finished on the podium here. His last outing in Monaco. So obviously you won't repeat that feat unless you have a 96, 97 type of Grand Prix where I think it was only 3 or 4 finishes that race. So that could potentially happen. Unlikely, but not impossible. So, keep an eye out on Williams this weekend. If you are a Williams fan, let me know in the comment section below how you think this weekend could go. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you believe that Williams can score some decent points this weekend if they get the strategy right, of course, and obviously luck goes their way up ahead. So that's where I'm going to wrap up this preview. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously, let me know your opinions in the comment section below, how the Monaco Grand Prix will unfold, your predictions, your thoughts, your ones to watch as well. Do you agree with my ones to watch? Pierre Gasly, Haas for Lyle, I forgot his name for a second, for Lyle. So yes, so stick around for us this weekend. The F1 Debate Show is coming up on Saturday, 6 PM UK time. Check us out for that. And the Monaco Grand Prix review normally comes out about roughly an hour after the Grand Prix, maybe just a bit more, depending on how the internet is and everything like that. So roughly about an hour after the Grand Prix, you will be hopefully you'll be watching the review, seeing yours truly doing the review. Hopefully I will be a bit better. Fingers crossed there will be. Might be a bit silly for the F1 Debate Show, but we'll have to wait and see. So anyways, guys, if you're new around here, then please like and subscribe as well. All that good stuff. Follow us on our social medias, and until next time, I'll see you later.